I'm John Bishop and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. This is the Uncensored Match Build Up for Real Madrid versus Liverpool. As you can tell, I'm not Paul Machin and he isn't Chris Pajak, because those two are on their way to the Madrid game itself, and keep an eye out on the channel because there'll be some content. I'm Steve Hoare and he's Mike Atkinson, and joining us again to preview this wonderful clash, we've got Jack Hart and Craig Ozzy Austin. Madrid away. Yay! we're rolling into it in great form. They're iffy. They're an alright side, mate.
Yeah, shite, yeah.
I'm just thinking now, okay, so realistically, Brendan's got to take a team over there, and we're all laughing and joking and thinking we're going to get beat, but he has to go there and think, how do Liverpool get something from this game? What can Liverpool do? Is there anything in your head that you can think, that's how we should go? Or is it... Ozzy brought off camera the case of, fuck it, let's go for it. If we get beat 8-0, we get beat.
We've got nothing to lose, mate.
I brought up the case of, we could go and park a bus.
Smash and grab. We talked about it on the Newcastle dissection that we just did. I think smash and grab could be one of the ways of doing it. If you look at it, thinking back to when we went there in 2009, we come off the back of a 1-0 defeat away at Middlesbrough, didn't we? And everything was doom and gloom. Everyone was calling for Rafa's head. And then we nicked the 80-odd minute Yossi Mane header. Who knows? We could... I mean, I don't know who's going to nick a header, and who's going to put the set piece in. But
other than that,
if we could, I think the only chance we've got. I mean, if you look at their attacking prowess, that they're going to. Gareth Bale's probably going to come back in for this game, isn't he?
Right,
yeah, he's not bad. So if you've got Bale and Ronaldo and Benzema and James running at you, running at our defence scares the shite out of me, to be honest with you. But I don't know. Maybe you go with 4 centre halves and jib off fullbacks. I think you just got to try and contain them, because if we try and be too open, they're just going to kill us on the counter-attack. I said this after the last Real Madrid game. I would have loved to have seen last season's Liverpool team play Madrid. With the balls out attitude that we had, and just gone and seen how we attack, not cared about what they were going to do. We just go and try and outscore them. I don't think we can even think like that, because I just think we get hammered. But then we're expected to get hammered, so there's arguments 2 and 4 out.
For me, it's a free game, because regardless of what happens between Basel and Ludogorets, we win our last 2 games, we're going to go through, regardless. And
that's presuming that Madrid don't take the foot off the gas.
Yeah, of course, but
if they swat us, there's a chance where they can just those 2 games for them, they're 3 games for them, where they can lose both of them and still finish top the group.
There's a system that a lot of people called for before the first Madrid game of playing the false 9, and that's a system I'd go over there with this time and play Sterling in the false 9, and they're a side that love to attack, and if fucking hell freezes over and we decide we're going to defend well and be well nicked, we can't catch something on the counter attack, and who knows, if we go ahead, what's going to happen? They could huff and puff themselves out. It's highly unlikely, but it's a free game for me, because I'm off the mindset if we win our last 2 games in this group, we're going to go through. So I want to see us just go and have a go at them in that system.
That system you mentioned, that's what we used in the second half against them, isn't it, at Anfield? And it's hard to tell how much of that was, how much of the success and how much better we looked like that was down to Madrid taking the foot off, or us actually improving. Probably a bit of both, to be honest, really. I take encouragement, I think, from the way we played in the first 20-25 minutes of the game at Anfield. I thought that was some of the best football we've played this season. And we didn't get the breakthrough, but you were looking at it and thinking, I recognise this team again. There was plenty to be optimistic about, and I just feel like there's plenty to worry about in their team, but we've got lots of very good footballers in our team, and we should be able to keep that ball for periods of the game. And I'd like to see us go out there, try and get an early goal, and then try and keep. I was about to say, possession.
Under Rafa, we'd know what had happened here, Mike. Juventus away comes to mind, Madrid away comes to mind a few years later.
That's a performance this side hasn't got.
I was about to say, has this side got it, and has the manager got it in him? No, just set off.
I don't think they have. No, I think we'd
we'd
like to see it
in Europe to go and produce that performance.
Yeah, I think that was the thing with Rafa. Rafa was experienced. Rafa knew how to play in Europe, and especially away from home. He knew how to get a result, how to set his team up. Everyone
like now.
Mourinho, exactly. Yeah. Everyone in that team had a specific job. I don't think Rodgers is that type of manager where everyone in the team has a specific job. You're going to do this, and you need 2 centre halves. Under Rafa, would do the same thing collectively, but they both have different instructions. I mean, our centre halves now just do their own fucking thing anyway, and they don't. But none of them do the same thing.
They haven't actually met.
No, I don't think they have. I don't think we talk to each other. But I just don't think we've got it. We couldn't grind a result out like that. with this team. We haven't got the players for it. What Jack was saying, no, we have got very good players in that team. We need them very good players to remember that they're very good players, because they don't seem to look, they don't believe in them. No. They've got no self-confidence in them at the moment.
And when you've not got that, you've not got it in your teammates either, because if you're looking at them and they're not, you know, the ones who are holding their heads high.
Look at the players who last few weeks have been in form for us as Coutinho and Lallana. And playing the false nine role is a way of getting Coutinho, Lallana and Sterling in the same side in a system that could possibly work. So if you've got two players who are creative players, who are also feeling good about themselves, it's going to give us a bit of impetus up the pitch. So that's, for me, that's why we've got to go with that system out there.
I would play Barini. And I think because he's going to move about, he's going to run about, he's going to put players under pressure. What have we got to lose? I mean, we've seen, I don't think you can go into that team and play Balotelli up front on his own in that game. There's no chance, because we've talked about it in the other show.
The manager probably knows that, makes me
There's
so.
no, like, yeah.
Everyone's on about the shirts. Balotelli didn't get subbed off at half time because he swapped shirts. He got subbed off because the manager weren't working. And for all great Madridism, we're going to get on to how great the art attack in a minute, and choosing a danger man for this game was pretty fun. Could have picked up about 10 of them, but the one weakness they did have was, listen, I thought Varane was fantastic against us, but that ball in behind Pepe and Arbeloa, if both play again, for someone to get in behind. And I think Balotelli done it a couple of times, and Sterling had it until he got fouled. Arbeloa nearly assaulted him, and Balotelli made, I think, another chance on early on when Balotelli didn't pass it. That's the one thing in my head where I'm thinking, that's the one place and maybe it is Sterling, maybe it is Barini, but that is the way where I think, I agree, I wouldn't play Balotelli, I wouldn't play Balotelli either. I think that's probably the one area. If we are going to try and attack them, maybe that's what we're going to have to aim for.
I think, touching on that as well, you talked about Varane, he won't play because Sergio Ramos is fit as well. And Sergio Ramos has got a mistake in him. Pepe's certainly got a mistake in him. So that's why I play someone like Barini, someone who's going to get in the face and hassle them and worry them.
We need someone who's going to force a mistake.
Exactly. Marcelo at left back, as great as he is going forward, has got a mistake in him. If Arbeloa plays, I don't know if he will, because Carvajal's been playing out of his skin, and he's their one brilliant, other than Varane, is their one brilliant defender. I think he's probably one of the best right backs around at the moment, Carvajal.
I think he played Arbeloa against those just as a...
Yeah.
Sentiments,
go out and play at Anfield. I think he did it.
Took the piss out of us with Carlo, like, cheers Carlo. But yeah, I'm just thinking, is there a case, and someone mentioned this to me yesterday, and when I was watching it afterwards, after we went to one of my mates, and he said, there's a massive case here for playing Kolo Touré, in the fact that the reason Touré doesn't play is because he's got no pace. The fact is, Lovren Skrtel aren't going to keep up with Ronaldo anyway, he's just not going to happen. Or with any of the midfield runners, maybe Benzema, he's not the quickest, but there's a case for putting your most experienced lads on the pitch in a Euro way, which means Touré plays, it means Gerrard plays. That's pretty much as much Champions League experience really as we've got. I know other lads have had bits and pieces, Lovren's had bits and pieces and whatever, but I do think there's a case here for throwing Touré in, just to, if it is going to be a backs to the wall, fucking up and at them.
He's a backs to the wall defender, isn't he?
And he's, to be fair to that, he does organise it. I noticed even against Swansea, I remember him bollocking Lovren.
Lovren looked better for me against Swansea. I think it's probably the best game he's had. Because it wasn't his responsibility. He had someone organising him and telling him what to do. So maybe there's an argument for that. Maybe do you play Marino or do you play Manquillo?
I would play Manquillo
up against Marcelo, because it means Marcelo. If you do that, it nullifies Marcelo's attacking threat going the other way.
And then I'd play Johnson left back.
Yeah. That's what I do.
So guys, comment underneath if you agree with what we're saying. Let us know your teams as well in terms of back four. I think the collective was, are we saying Manquillo, Touré, Lovren, Johnson?
Yeah, I'd go with that. I don't think he will, but I'd go with that.
He's not going to go Touré, but possibly before what you just said, I wouldn't myself, but when you put it into context like that, it makes sense. But it's not what he's going to do.
This guy's going to play him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but that's what we would do anyway. So guys, let us know what you think you would do there. So then we move up the pitch a little bit and we look at the midfield battle. Isco probably isn't going to play, which is really, I don't know if that's a relief. It's a relief in a way, but it means Bale's playing. But Isco was great. I feel like he's probably the best player. As good as Ronaldo and Benzema were in attacking, I thought Isco just bossed the game on his own. Him and Modric. So Modric is definitely going to play.
Toni Kroos is
going to play. So
their team picks itself.
It does an extent, but I'm just thinking...
It's Modric, Kroos, Ronaldo, Rodriguez, Bale, Benzema.
It does. If that's pretty much what we're going to expect.
That's how you play 4-2-3-1, by the way.
Yeah, that isn't a bad way to play 4-2-3-1, is it? I'm just thinking, again, we're all laughing at a joke. Liverpool have got to try and do something to get something. That's the plan. There's no point just going there and just thinking, fuck this shit. So I think the key is to stop Kroos and Modric if you can.
That's why I'd go to false nine.
Which again, there's a chance where you could go, right, we could sit Gerrard and Henderson.
I'd sit Gerrard, Henderson and Allen.
And then play 3 in front. So it's basically a 4-3-3, but the 3's...
With the false nine.
The 3 is very deep.
With Michael go Berini, I'd go Sterling, Lallana, Coutinho.
And just Harry the fuck out of Kroos and Modric. And if it's not, my thinking is, Ronaldo will go... I've watched him. The old Man United, Ronaldo will get the ball and he'd want to be involved all the game. This Ronaldo, he's patient and he waits for someone to get it to him. Yeah. I think that it's got to be trying to stop that supply line from Kroos and Modric, and maybe Jack did the way that, as he said, of just playing no striker and just hustling those two, like a Liverpool side of last year, albeit without the strikers.
I can certainly see I like the trio and attack that you've hinted towards. My thoughts on the midfield, I've been saying all season, I mean there's a lot of focus at the moment, people, number 10s are in vogue, aren't they? Everyone likes to talk about number 10s. I think we're cutting out front of Brait, and I'd really like to see a ball carrier in that midfield, someone with a bit of power who can get forward.
So like Emre Can.
Yeah, I'd quite like to see Alan in the deep role, so we can collect the ball off the defence and we can actually start building something from the back.
So that means you're not playing Gerrard or Henderson, doesn't it? If you pick that team.
I'd have Henderson in there, but I'd have Sterling in the false 9 role. You see,
right?
Instead of really. But I'd quite like to see a midfield and Alan sitting deep with Emre Can and Henderson ahead of him.
And where's Gerrard not playing?
Probably on the bench for this game.
Gerrard's going to play. I think he's going to put his I don't think he's ever playing. Not playing.
This is going to be.
It's on. No, it's.
Yeah,
it's
I understand what you do. Yeah.
This potentially could be, because of all the doom and gloom around. This could be one of those Steven Gerrard defining games, isn't it? Where it's like his last hurrah kind of.
That system I've just picked is the kind of system where Gerrard can hit that diagonal ball because he's got the patience at the top of the pitch. Who's going to get past him on a big pitch? Yeah. So I'd have Gerrard as the deeper collecting the ball, and then you've got Henderson and Allen either side of him, who are just basically going to sit in front of Modric and Kroos' pocket.
There's an argument for Can. I think there is an argument for Can instead of Allen, because Allen, we mentioned on the Newcastle show, any subscribers want to go back. If you don't subscribe, Paul will be happy with me saying this.
Yeah, go and do it.
Go and do it, free for a month, £2 after that. Bargain, go do it. Paul, nice one, got you back. No, but there is a chance. If Allen's not, he's been injured. He hasn't played particularly great since he come back. And I thought Can was alright against Hull.
I don't think he's got the agile mobility to harry your Modric and your Kroos. Oh yeah, he's not.
He's big and in your face, isn't he?
I just don't think he's got the ankle biter mentality about him. What Henderson and Allen would have around him.
When we played Spurs last year, though, and we knew we were going to be up against their big trio of powerful midfielders, and we
sat Lucas, didn't we? And Henderson. And
we looked at our team and thought, we can't compete with them because they've got all this power in there. So I don't know if there's necessarily any point thinking, well, let's get Allen on to harry Modric a little bit, because as much as we all like Joe Allen, Luka Modric is up there with the best players in the world, and trying to match them, I don't necessarily see that will give us any great success there. I'd rather, as surreal as it sounds, going away to the Bernabeu and at a massive disadvantage, I'd like to try and see us do a bit of our own thing, really.
No, I that was the point Ozzy made before, and the fact that I don't think you can contain Madrid. They're going to score, so if we want to get a point, we're going to have to score a goal. So maybe, I don't know, it's a massive argument, and the manager got a headache on his hands, but I think it's the first time under Rodgers now, at least for a while, where I'm thinking we need to go and cater for them. Rodgers would usually just put our team out, and even this year he's done it to an extent, and thought we'll either control the game, like we've tried the last few games, unsuccessfully albeit. We've tried to dictate the game. I don't think we can dictate this game, we're not going to be able to. So there is a chance where he has to, again, if he can, whether he's willing to do it, we're going to have to go and do a job.
Yeah.
And to do a job in Madrid, I think at the minute it's the hardest task in football. I don't think many teams are going to Madrid and doing a job. We've got a quick fact file on Madrid now. If we get that going up, it should be on the screen very, very shortly. Am I right in saying? There we go. Ta-da! As if by magic, look at that.
The wonders of technology.
I picked Ronaldo the danger man. I could have picked Bale, I could have picked Benzema, I could have picked James, could have picked Isco, could have blah blah.
We've got through the bench as well.
So if you look at Real Madrid, they're in form, to be fair to the lads about the stats here. The top of the Liga, they've played 10, 24 points, so they've only dropped just the 6 points. One of those was in a mad 4-2, I remember watching that.
Yeah, Sociedad,
yeah. Goal difference plus 27. after 10 games, so that's not bad. They beat us, then they went and beat Barcelona 3-1 again, convincingly. They won 4-0 away at the weekend against Granada. Ronaldo, danger man. He scored 17 and 10 in La Liga, 3 and 3
in every home league game for the last 18
He just scores goals. He scored 3. He scored, I think, in each of the Champions League games. I think he scored at least one this year. I think it's 3 and 3. I think one was a penalty. I regrets on it, but yeah. So that's the opposition. So like I say, it's not the easiest task in the world to go to Madrid and do something. If Brendan Rodgers and this Liverpool team can go to Madrid and can do something, it will go down as one of the greatest European. I know it's only a group game and whatever comes of it, but it will be an unbelievable achievement.
I think what you said, it's the first time Rodgers has got to think about the opposition. Not if he goes out and puts the same team out or the same system out that went out at the weekend against Newcastle, you may as well get behind your couch and fucking hide, because it's going to be fucking
make sure you've got loads of alcohol.
Yeah. Loads of alcohol away. Yeah. Mind-bending drugs or something, but just to try and keep you happy, because it's going to get ugly very fast. So
Valium.
I think what you've got to do is you've got to try and nullify, you've got to cut off that supply line to their front players.
And get a little bit of luck. And your goalie needs to play.
Yeah. We need Richard Dunn and fucking Stephen Corker playing for them really at the back, don't we? That kind of luck.
And our goalie's going to have to... I thought, again, we mentioned this on the subscriber show. £2 free for a month. Played well, didn't he? He's going to need to be... Because against Madrid, the second goal, was it against Madrid? Or was it the shocker, was it? No, it was the third.
Yeah, he
second,
ran into Skirtle.
Where
tried to 2 foot someone.
Yeah, when he went with his legs. Simon, if you're watching,
use your hands. Yeah.
Jazz hands.
You're allowed. Only you are allowed.
Use them. Don't try and 2 foot of Benzema. So it's there. I'm just thinking, he can't do that. He needs to be more last game, Newcastle game.
He's got to be fast off his line in this game, because they're going to hit a lot of balls down the side. He talked about Ronaldo at United, where he wanted everything to happen, and maybe in his early time at Madrid he wanted everything to come through him. Now you see a lot of his goals, particularly when Bale plays, coming at the far post.
He trusts this team more, doesn't he?
He'll stay out the game, hang wide, and then make that run to the far post. The ball will come across and he'll get a goal, he'll get a tap in. He scores loads of goals like that now. And then he scores worldies like he scored at Anfield. But
scores headers as well.
Yeah.
Back heels.
Yeah.
Overheads.
Yeah.
With his chest, with his shoulder, with his back.
Yeah.
He's alright, isn't he?
He's not bad, is he?
But if you can, so if we can stop Kroos and Modric, we can stop Ronaldo, we can stop Benzema, and we can stop Bale. Got a chance.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me when we talked about starting that team with Glenn Johnson on that left back.
Johnson v Bale. Will Bale play right? Do you think he probably will?
He plays right. He plays right.
He will play right and
left on the yeah.
So, you know what, I thought Johnson, to be fair, in the home game against Madrid, I thought he'd done alright against Ronaldo. He'd done as well as you probably
can do.
As you can do. There's going to be times when he beats you, because he beats everyone, because he's brilliant. He's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Messi apologist, I'm sorry, but it's Ronaldo at the minute. So, it's kind of like, pick your poison. You're either going to throw Manquillo against Johnson, Manquillo against Ronaldo, or Johnson against Ronaldo. Either way, you're going to have to... My only thinking is the manager might have looked at it and thought, he done alright, might maybe keep him there, but it's going to be...
Well, if you put Moreno against Bale, Moreno's not going to be back.
Yeah.
So Bale's going to have that whole the right-hand side of the pitch to run into, because Moreno will be playing centre-forward like he just goes and he doesn't stop.
That's great, that one. When Balotelli's crossing from the left of Moreno to the left. Wow. That's what you need. That's alright. But I'm just fucking... I really had to face room for good luck. Honestly, I'm just thinking now. Brendan and his team, they're sitting there and they're looking at this, and every team's doing it in the world. They went to they fucked Bayern Munich last year. They really battered them. I'm allowed to swear on this one, so alright, it's YouTube.
Yeah, you swear anyway.
Sorry, Mark.
You're not here, Chris.
Yeah, that's I thought I'd try and bring a bit more class to the proceedings, but it's something about sitting
the
there.
subscriber shows very well. It is, isn't it? Go and watch it. It's free for a month.
It's good, right at this time. I'm just thinking now. We're doing it now, and I can't think in my head. I can't think how we can do it. I really can't
stop Madrid.
I can't think of how Liverpool don't get beat 3-0. I can't see them yet, unless they beat us 1-0. I think
get beat at 4 or 5-0 then.
Yeah, that's how we can't get beat 3-0, because they score 5. I'm just thinking, I don't know how Brendan's sitting there with his team thinking, we're going to do something, and it's really... I'm not even that worried because I'm expecting it. It's not like... It's kind of like Ozzy mentioned before, it's kind of just a...
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It's kind of like, if you stop one, you've got the other one to worry about. I think you've just got to try and nullify, as I said, you've got to try and cut the supply line off as best as you can, get in their faces and not allow them to play. The only danger with that is if you press too high as they hit you on the counter-attack. So it's, maybe the argument is to go and try and
balls out for 10
balls
minutes.
out and
Hallelujah.
maybe you could go back to Ozzy's points, but then
He could beat them. And I know the Champions League's head-to-head, but there's a case for goal difference. If we beat Basel 1-0 at home and we're level with them, then it does go to goal difference. So there's a case for goal difference. It's kind of, I'm just thinking now, I said how you can't, maybe you score early and you just defend like heroes, maybe.
What's stopping us getting that goal and just putting 11 on the goal line? We're not
Yeah.
moving. There's no within the rules to make me move. I'm staying here.
Because Man United still come off his line. laughing to go over there. What are you doing?
Johnson on fucking Gerrard's shoulders and all the bar and just completely blocked the goal.
So I back heel one in because he doesn't know what he's doing.
you know what? Maybe it's weird. We all,
Back three maybe?
a lot of us all, we look back at it last season, the Chelsea game at Anfield when they came in
Back six.
and they just kicked the ball out on time wasted, and
We should start doing it
maybe
from
we should
minute
do
one.
that. Let's beat twats. Let's go out there and piss people off. That's what Rafa's Liverpool used to do. Everyone in Europe used to slag us off, they're anti-football, because we go away from home and do a job, and then
Two
turn teams
finals in
over.
3 years, didn't
Yeah,
it?
and then turn teams over at Anfield.
Maybe that's the answer. Phone Rafa. Fancy managing this for one game?
Rafa just come back, yeah.
What's your Napoli team doing particularly great?
No,
thing,
no,
so.
they're having a mare at it.
But that's how you've got to play. Whether you're a manager who's inexperienced, you look back at how other managers have done well in Europe, and how, if you're Brendan Rodgers, you've got to look back at the past videos and go, how did we get that result there last time? What did he do? What can I learn from that?
I watched the game Jackman's before the 4-2 was against Sociedad, and for half an hour Sociedad were the worst thing I've seen, to tell.
Yeah.
And then when they went to 2-0, they just, again, Ozzy's thing of, well, you know what, the goal difference doesn't matter in this league, so let's just have a go.
Maybe I should go
It's
manage it.
Ozzy get over there, but...
It's just really like, let's have a laugh, see if we can score. And got four.
Yeah, so set pieces, again, we mentioned where shit had them in defending at the minute. We're out there, big powerful team. That could be one avenue if we saw that we could nick a goal on, maybe. I don't trust Pepe, to be honest. I'm not a big fan. He's a gnarly bastard, and they need a gnarly bastard because they're too fancy flair sometimes.
You can wind him up and get him sent off. Sergio Ramos, you can wind him up and get him sent off.
He likes a red card,
He does,
he's out
yeah.
of you, money. So that's the plan.
That's if you get in the faces,
Get them all sent off.
get them all sent off, yeah. Get the game abandoned.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just thinking,
3-0
I'd love, what I'm desperate to see, look, an early Liverpool goal, and then we go to a back six, we've got our four, the two full backs stuck in, and Sterling and Lamar just become auxiliary full backs, and we just have a back six and just go stand. Or Henderson goes to left back and just go.
Thou shall not pass.
Yeah, basically, see if we can last 89 minutes with have a shot from the kick-off, score.
Yeah, but then Ronaldo will just score from 40 yards or
Yeah,
something.
he's right,
Yeah. But if you don't give them any space in behind, the fast players can't hate it as much because they can't get in behind. So there's
let them. Basically, what we're saying is, if they're going to beat us, we don't want it to be by stupid Liverpool mistakes. We want a goal like the first goal at Anfield or a 40-yard screen where you just think, all right,
there's nothing you can do.
you don't want to go to Madrid and make a tit yourself and make yourself look like clowns. You just want to just think that happened.
Yeah.
If he scores the goal that he scored a world, then you just like a Jagielka, you just think,
Yeah.
maybe that's it. So, well, I think
You're not going to ask for scores, please don't ask for scores.
well,
No, you know what I want to throw in? It's fucking like when Chris used to do his best bets, his tips and all that. If you're a betting man, maybe a handicap bet giving Liverpool a head start wouldn't be a bad bet for
I
this
did that
one.
on field.
Maybe Liverpool with a 2-goal head start or something.
I wouldn't take that. I don't think I'd take
4-goal head start and Real Madrid still win.
Yeah, maybe.
Head says same again as Anfield, heart says 1-all.
So,
Oof.
1-1. We might.
Just don't see us with them.
No, it would be. Promise now, YouTube guys, you need to get in on this as well. If we beat Real Madrid, town best week, shocker. Wednesday.
Tuesday.
We're playing Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Wednesday needs to be a
Everyone's
right
off.
This city needs to be dead on Wednesday because everyone needs to be out. I know it's only a group game, but I just think it would be that big an achievement.
It's season defining. I think if we go out there and if we can get a result, even a draw, it gives you a kick up the backside.
I'll
It
be
gives you
pretty drunk if we get a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, draw, I'd be happy. Win. All better off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Won't Claire, you're watching, I'm not coming on Thursday. Until Thursday we win. So yeah, before we all start wrapping up then, I am gonna do predictions. So Ozzy went Head was 3-0.
Head same again, heart 1-0.
We'll nick an early goal, and then we'll try and shut up shop and completely and utterly fail, but get a spectacular 3-2 win.
I won't be home till Friday.
I won't ever come home if that happens, I'll be in a mug.
Paul and Chris will be just in the Madrid airport, just dead.
I think you know what? I can never say we're going to get beat, although as I was
I'm
going
going
head
to.
and heart and all that.
I'm going to.
You are here.
Yeah.
I can't say, that's why I just said head same again, I never said they're getting beat.
I'm going to say it. 1-0. 4-0 to Real Madrid. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for. So I'm more confident at all. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Guys, leave your predictions underneath.
In the comments. And
Yeah, as I say, if you want to.
you cries for Paul and Chris to come back.
Yeah, don't just slag me off if you're gonna. Don't just do that. You know, you're fair enough. We're not the best at this, but we've done our job.
We're doing a job.
We're doing
We're like Day Lovren and Mark.
Oh, I wouldn't say that bad. I was going to
Doing a
say.
job.
I was going to say more like a Dare Cout.
Yeah.
Not the prettiest. I work hard and
Yeah.
the results. Sometimes are spectacular. Sometimes it can be crap.
You'd be over there if you were Lovren.
I would say, if you were Lovren, you'd have just wandered over there 20 minutes ago.
Sat in front of the camera.
So yeah, if you want to subscribe now, it's £2 a month. It's free for the first one.
Yeah.
Just press that there.
Yeah.
Right up.
Is it up there, Tom?
That'll do.
Yeah.
There.
Somewhere around here.
Yeah, so
Paul
subscribe.
always points. I
And
can
then
tell the
if-
end of his finger.
And then I think thumbs up at the bottom there. I think that's there on YouTube. So thumbs up, right there. Do it. It's good. I say leave your comments. Let us know what your lineups would be, what the score would be, how, if any way, Liverpool can go and win this game, how Liverpool can not get beat in this game. Leave your tips there. I'll pass them on to Brenda myself. Before we go, just a couple of quick things. First of all, the FBAs, Redmen TV are up for the best video blog. They won it last year. There's the
Seen this one.
One of them right there.
One of them win that. Look at that. Can you see it?
No, we're on the boat screen.
They're on the vote screen. You can't see us.
You still can't see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Remember, polished as any.
Nice.
They want to win this again. They want to keep hold of this.
Yeah.
So you can hold after the sound anyway. So yeah, vote for them. Basically, go. Yeah, I think it's up on the screen now. You vote. If you want to vote for my website as well, the Big Fairest, we're up for an award as well.
Do it.
Go to our Twitter handle and vote for that. We're up for a young award. I'm 26 years old. We're up for a young award. I'm not sure who makes these categories, but I kind of feel I've snuck in the back post there. But vote. I want to win something. I like winning stuff. Keep an eye out on the YouTube channel. Say Chris and Paul are currently en route to Madrid via Germany. They're going a long way.
Big John as well. Big John and his muzzy are with them as well.
Big
Yeah.
sexual chocolate himself, John Magin's there with them. So keep an eye out for their content over there. I think that the plan is for them to get some stuff out while they're over there.
Yeah.
If you're travelling to Madrid, keep an eye out for them. Chris, don't with the glasses.
You want to go and meet everyone in the square. That's what they said on the other shows last week. They want to get as many Liverpool fans out there, and they want to try and bring the experience to you, the viewers, of what it's like to go and watch Liverpool away in Europe.
If you want to see Chris, he's the lad off the vines. You know? He's that lad. That's him.
That guy.
If you don't recognise him already. So that's pretty much it, guys. I say thanks for listening. Make sure you do the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do the comments, FBAs. Keep an eye out on the screen. So thanks, Mike. Thanks, Jack, and thanks, Ozzy. If we win, I'll see you Friday. If we lose, I'll see you Wednesday. Have a good one. Ta-ra.
Disappointed, dejected, pick an adjective that basically describes the misery that is being a Liverpool fan right now. Someone pointed out to me it's like the good old days when we first started out Redmen and we had to do these after Roy fucking Hodgson